Well, another little tidbit of Snyder Cut news. Well, it shouldn't be any surprise. The Variety recently did this article that tried to throw shade on the whole idea and call it a pipe dream and whatnot. And almost immediately you could see it was filled with old news that had long since been discredited. And it was kind of sad. I'm not sure what the purpose was, other than just, I don't know, I just continue to say it doesn't exist, but the guy who did it says it does. So, but anyway, so Cosmic Book News comes in with this, and this is referring to a bit of a Twitter fight for storyboard artist Jay Oliva, who's been quite the champion for Snyder Cut because, well, he worked on it. So they put out their stupid article, and the article by Variety offers that Zack Snyder had planned to do some reshoots, but Jay Oliva, who is Zack Snyder's Justice League storyboard artist, shuts down that notion on social media, as he tweeted last Tuesday responding to a fan comment. Many scenes weren't shot, maybe pickup shots planned for reshoots, but I'm pretty sure everything was shot. Why else would they have a last shot celebration? I was there for the last shot, so I would know if more were planned. In fact, Zack usually uses me for any reshoot. So, yeah. I don't need an anonymous source. You have a very public source here, the storyboard artist who worked on the film, stating what happened here. And I believe he's the one who had stated that Zack Snyder, there were several sources actually, Zack Snyder had completed principal photography. Now, the reshoots could have come in that they Warner Brothers wanted reshoots or what have you, and he didn't get to it. But that was probably what was going to be the theatrical release that Joss Whedon ended up doing, for all I know. So the cut that Zack did could very well be, for the most part, complete. And there was always the suggestion, I mean, this people saying it never existed, that was always absurd from the get-go. It was always a matter of how much of it is complete, meaning music, special effects, and that sort of thing. But principal photography, no, that was a done deal. It was locked, and it's foolish to say that there wasn't anything shot. So even before you have someone like Oliva with knowledge of the project coming forward and say, wait a minute, that's stupid, it was pretty obvious that was a dumb thing to throw in there for the purposes of the article. Also, the Darkseid actor Ray Porter, he was supposed to be the voice of Darkseid, and a pipe dream, and he's just laughing at it. And it's just, at this point, why do that? And I suppose one could speculate there are people who just don't want it to happen, and there's some grumbling about it, that it was all a whole nasty affair for Warner Brothers, for some there. I don't know, but I suppose that would be an explanation for it. But I just release the damn thing. I just don't see, and I don't understand why it has to have this religious following to it to believe it doesn't exist, and for what point, like it's some serious, JFK assassination conspiracy theories or whatnot. No, it's just a superhero movie. So anyway, and then, yeah, or these scenes that supposedly were never shot get released. Yeah, well, so, yeah, so, Cosmic Book News points out that Variety screws up from time to time, saying Ben Affleck will be back as Batman for Justice League 2. Now, there was supposed to be a Justice League 2, but after the theatrical Justice League came out and bombed, well, that went away. So, I don't know how you make that mistake, but, yeah, they did. So, sorry, release the Snyder Cut still goes on, and this didn't really dampen any hopes for that. So, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Indeed. Well, alongside this, meanwhile, there is, of course, J.J. Abrams coming in, and the rumors are that he wants to do a Green Lantern movie, and I guess that would go along with, or perhaps separate from, the TV series, which is already apparently in production for HBO Max. But he also wants to tackle Superman. At least that's the rumor. He's never said anything publicly about it, but rumors are aplenty, and looks like he may have already found his Superman. No, not Henry Cavill. It's Henry Cavill's little brother. No. They kind of resemble each other. David Corenswet, who I am unfamiliar with, but the rumor is that he might be J.J. Abrams' Superman. Now, some of the rumors had it that he would be a Superman in the same world as the Robert Pattinson Batman. And the reason they wanted to go with a younger Superman is they didn't want a Superman who was older than Batman, even though Henry Cavill is only 3 years older than Pattinson, whereas Corenswet here is 26 years old. So, so I don't know that I don't think the age had anything to do with it. I think it was just JJ wants to cast his own Superman, and I guess didn't want to use one already established by someone else. So maybe that's all it was to it, and he wants to start off with a clean slate and do something else entirely. So does that mean that it's over for Henry Cavill when JJ comes in after Warner Brothers spent so much money to make that deal with him? Well, maybe and maybe not. If they do embrace, this seems crazy, but the multiverse aspect, then you could have the JJ Superman and the Henry Cavill Superman appearing in other movies. It seems that he's in great with The Rock, and Dwayne Johnson seems to give hints that he would like Superman to appear in Black Adam. So I guess you could have the one, like it ends here in the article, the Abrams Superman and the Pattinson Batman could be in their universe, and the DCEU would go on with Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa, and then Henry Cavill returning as Superman, and Dwayne Johnson as Black Adam in those films. And maybe that could be the plan, where Warner Brothers at this point says, hey, throw it at that wall. If it sticks, we're good. And if both Supermen work out, well, what the hell? The more the merrier. And then eventually they cross over and fight. Yeah, for a movie version of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Wouldn't that be something? Yeah, it sure would. Probably will never happen. But the Snyder Cut could very well happen. Yes, it could. All right. Thank you for watching and listening. Please like and subscribe. And check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you.